So a lot of people think my jokes are kind of childish. I think they're crazy. They're obviously full grown.
We have a winner, a new contender.
Well, guys, welcome to another edition of the AFoOL podcast. This is number 130. 130. Do we have a set 130? We will find out soon. So this is BrickTrains channel. That's Joey over there.
There you go. Oh no,
And that's,
you had it right the first time. There you go.
and that's
go.
Joseph down there,
Hi.
aka BrickTsar. We know him as Jabo. And I'm Earl Joseph, otherwise known as Mardi Gras Man 23. Maybe we should just start calling us the Triple J's.
Triple J.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Been a good week?
Been a tiring week.
Yes. No,
it's not.
Jabo's been sick. Joey's been working.
I've been sick and working. I got a package in the mail. I was super excited about it. I got one of my a set I never thought I would get.
Ooh.
And I was building part of it, and I'm like, wow, so far it's complete. And then I got to the other part, and it was not complete. Like missing some of the rare parts. And I was like, so I got to place some Bricklink orders to get those missing parts. And the other thing I discovered this week is that sets I thought I have, I don't, like set 130.
Oh, and
I have it listed on BrickSet as I have it. I spent a good portion of the week looking for it. Like when I come home from work, I'm like, it's not with all my train stuff. Fortunately, it's a lot of common parts. But the coolest thing about set 130 is it's a double tipper.
Double tipper.
Hang on a second.
We're about to check out the vault.
Let's see if I can whip one out, Joey.
Whip it! Whip it out! I'm about to whip it out. All right, go ahead. Whip it out.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
There it is. Jabo has done it.
I built it live on camera here.
Live. The first AFoOL build.
Yeah. 20 pieces.
20 pieces.
It's a double tipper.
So you mentioned you thought you had it, but you didn't have it. So now you have to go find the instructions.
Yeah. So and spoiler alert. I don't know. I ordered them from Barn Bricks.
Oh.
But it's very important for me to have the instructions. I even thought about buying one with the box, but this is a really easy one to piece together.
Yeah.
In fact, I should have enough pieces to make 3 of them.
Oh, wow.
So
that'll make a nice little train.
Yeah. A train of tippers. And I think the thing that's confused me why I think I've always had it is because there's several different tipper builds in the 70s train era.
Yeah.
And several of them are red.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I got that. And I have looked everywhere. Can't find the instructions, can't find it. But now I officially have all the pieces to build one.
I see one sitting there. I see one. I don't know if I have the instructions though.
Sure. Oh, you got one of these on your train shelf?
Yes. Hang on.
You know how many? I don't even know how many tipper trains there are. There are so many of them.
It'd be interesting to try to gather them all and put them all in a line on your.
That's what I'm doing. I'm working on it.
Yeah,
that's the other thing I started this way. I'm rebuilding all of my vintage trains, at least the train portion of the trains. Oh wow, you have the instruction manual, and cool.
Leave it to Joey. He actually had to get up for that one, guys. It wasn't on his desk right in front of him.
I couldn't reach it. I don't know if you heard the crash, but what was it? The crane from a couple episodes ago. It just fell off the track.
Speaking of crash, Jabo had a crash this week.
Yeah, so I built the Bricklink Wild West train, and it was sitting on the table, but I wasn't ready. I want to do a video on it. and it was sitting on the table here. And of course, there's no rails on the table, and I moved something, and I heard the box. So it's the big box. It was behind the box, and I hear that rolling sound.
Yep.
I was like, hadn't hit the ground yet. I knew I couldn't make it. And then boom, and of all the ones, it was the locomotive.
Did you have it completely built?
Yeah, I was done. I had built the whole set.
Well, you should just insert those pictures and do your voiceover while you're doing your review.
Yeah, I'll try to include that. It's like it's so heartbreaking because it's I don't know if y'all have built any of these Bricklink trains. This is my first Bricklink designer set I've ever opened and built, and it's kind of like a brick model railroader experience, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's not enjoyable.
Wow.
But I mean, it looks good. The train looks good, but it is flimsy. It is very flimsy. And this is there's no way Lego would have if this had become official set, there would have been massive changes to it because
you think they would have had to take detail out to build in stability?
Yeah, like they got a lot of snot builds. I mean, I'll get into it if I remember when I talk about it. But a lot of snot building with the cars. The locomotive it's terrible. I mean, I know no shade to Lucas. I mean, this is this is a mock that I couldn't have made. And
right.
So it looks good, but when you try to play with it, does it fall apart? Are there pieces?
Yeah. And it doesn't help that I dropped it off the. I'm sitting here looking at it. It's on the other side. But he did design it though, where you can convert it easily to motorize it, but it's all tender driven. Like you can put the power functions or the powered up or whatever it is in a motor. You can make it 9 volt. You just put a 9-volt motor there. So it did make it easily motorizable, but it looks good as a display. And I related, when I got it, the first thing I thought of, there's this Western that I'd never actually watched all the way through. It's called Once Upon a Time in the West with Charles Bronson.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
All I could think of was this. I had seen the intro of that movie, and it's got the windmill. Is in the intro, and it's like that's what I thought when I got this set. That's what I thought of because it's an old timey train pulls into the station, and at the end of that opening scene, that windmill's spinning. Actually, all through it, it's just making that creaking sound. And then there's a lot of things with that movie. So it's like I've been thinking of like how could I tie references to that movie as I talk about this train. So that's what's been going through. That's what my week has been like.
Well, so we've got this new thing. I actually don't remember this, so you just got to bear with us.
It doesn't come across anything like time travel?
For 1977.
Back in 82.
1980 something.
It's 1999. He's the best.
He's the best.
Yes, I love the nacho reference at the end.
So that is our new stinger for our new segment, which is a few weeks old now, so it's not new anymore.
Did you make that, Earl?
No.
I know.
You know, I barely edit anything.
If you did it, it'd be like, yay!
Yeah. You know, I had to put her.
So we came up with 1962, and I tried to do my homework, and let me just tell you, it took me all day yesterday to figure this one out.
1962 was a rough year.
There's only like one answer.
Oh, come on now. We see your answer.
Well,
that's not even the right answer.
There's actually two. Because
look at this board is different. Than that board.
Let me get to it. Because if you go through it, that thing is listed twice from two different countries.
Board. One of them is the board. You see, they did different boards for different countries. Keld would be in some of them, There's another one, but this girl is also one of the family. But
Yeah, she's a sister or something, right?
yeah, but it's a different one that was in that board that's in the book.
Okay.
But
So neither
there's like
that board doesn't match either of the ones pictured.
well, I mean, they're not all of them are listed. I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of them at least doesn't have a picture too, doesn't it? Maybe I need to add that picture.
Yeah, maybe. Well, there's an Australian UK version, and then there's also just a UK, which just says cardboard box. So
yeah, so this is
That's the complete town plans. That's the one with all the pieces.
yeah.
That first listing was just of the board.
Was just the board.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the one you have is a different country then, different version.
Yeah. And who knows which one it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but that's there's not very many choices. I can't wait to see the Breaking News find the worst set here.
It'll be hard. The whole year. But in all fairness, 810, that was my one of my sets I thought I'd never be able to get, and I finally got it.
Oh, yeah, the board.
Yeah. No, the set.
The set, yeah, sorry. Yes. This one.
Yeah, because
I think I have the board as Samsonite. I don't have this one.
Yeah.
This version.
Well, the Samsonite one, that's 725.
Yeah, I think so.
And that didn't come out this year. It came out later.
Right, wrong year, yeah. Okay, we'll stick to 62 here.
But,
Earl's still trying to figure it out.
So we got some parts packs. How about those 2x3 plates? Woo.
Yeah, I mean that is.
Yeah, I'm going with the set, with the town plan set. I mean, what else would you pick? The hobby and model box,
the canisters.
Yep, 710 and 706. Huh? Look, they're green on my list. I wonder which one I would have picked.
Well, wait, what are those? All this? That's one canister, just what a bunch of pictures, so you can see.
It's where you can see all sides of it. That's the way they.
Oh, I guess I could.
So that's the actual canister that's there. Is this the one you took? Oh, you even got the lid.
Yeah. So this is 706, which is the one in that picture, and that is a horrible picture. I gotta back it up so you can see the whole thing. It is quite large.
Yeah, and you can't build nothing on the. Can you? Oh, you can build that stuff.
Yeah, you can build this stuff. It is absolutely full of red and white bricks.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to see if you have an inventory that's correct?
So I took these images and I went into at the time it was Eldra was what I was using. Yeah. And I built all of those models and then I did the inventory. So it was like if it took 15 white 2x4 bricks to build this one, I was like, okay, I need 15 or at least 15. And if I found another one and it took 16, I'd up that number to 60. I found the largest number of each model and came up with some numbers, but they didn't really seem to jive with anything. So it was also short. So there was more parts in there than was needed.
Yeah.
Build each individual model.
Yeah, it's kind of like the basic sets today. Even if you build everything on the instruction manual or on the box, there's going to be a ton of extra parts left.
Yeah.
I think some of these sets were like that, but nobody else did an inventory of either one of these? Are there regular box versions of these?
Yeah, so we don't have one here. Let's look at Bricklink real quick, see what they have. But you'd almost have to, it would have had to been somebody. Yeah, there's no
inventory. Okay.
No. Boy, what a terrible picture they have. Maybe I ought to give them one. You guys want a Bricklink or picture? Send me a note. Yeah. So let's see. Wait a minute. I want to. remove
Because
that.
again, this is one of those things. It's the box is worth more than the bricks.
Absolutely. I could dump those bricks out and they probably ain't worth $2, but
Yeah.
the canisters, well, it's whatever I can get somebody to pay for it. But I probably paid 100 or I don't remember, but well, I say I don't remember. Let me see if I left a note in my notes.
Do they come up pretty regular? I mean, are they like readily
Not
available?
the round ones.
Not the
The
round
square ones I see sometimes. The cardboard ones that are square.
Yeah, I got a few of those too. It says I paid 50 for this one.
Oh,
So, I paid 50 for it back in 2015. So I've had it for 10 years.
yeah. You know, some of the stuff I bought that was old, that's like it's disintegrated since I've owned them.
I worry about that, right?
Yeah.
So I have 2 dehumidifiers and I have 2 thermometers and humidity. So I try to keep it at 50. Just try.
Yeah, I have the dehumidifiers too, but the problem is if I handle them.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Well, that's.
No, look at you handling them.
I get it. Yeah, but it's like the edges are just crumbling apart.
Yeah.
But I mean, how old is this? 1962. So,
yeah.
Well, it's older than me.
So y'all know I have this. This it's not Lego related, but it's a Yoda puppet. I don't know what that thing is made out of, but I was showing it to somebody the other day, and it just like huge pieces just started falling off of it.
Is it like a foam latex type?
Yeah, so it's completely ruined. And I'm wondering if any of them, it came out in 1999. Is there anything you can do to restore it or to prevent that?
I don't know.
I got another one I've not handled. It's the one I've handled that's fallen completely apart. Like I'm talking.
So the one that you haven't handled, can you visually see it and see if it's just like aging?
Just dry rotting.
Yeah.
You know, like if you had people like I've always heard like with baseball gloves, you're supposed to like oil them up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you had a 50-year-old baseball glove, it's probably ruined right now.
Yeah, well,
but I don't know what you can do to.
Well, with leather, you can always use saddle soap or something and re-moisturize it, and it kind of helps it. Now, my understanding, I watch a lot of Adam Savage, and he does a lot of movie stuff, but he said he talks about how the foam latex stuff that they would make for movie masks and stuff, they have some, from like the original Star Wars and some, they're gone. They just literally just crumble. It doesn't matter if they're holding them or not,
Okay, so that's what's going to happen. It's just going to I should have sold the other one when they were still going for like $300.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, if you think about it, stuff like that's really not meant to be a lifelong collectible. Like look at that $20 puppet. Look at that tube you had, that cardboard tube. I mean,
yeah,
that wasn't really intended to last more than a few months after it was bought.
Yeah,
nothing's made to last anymore.
So, did you ever find a wheel, Joey?
A wheel.
All right. Well, here we go. See, the problem is you can't see it.
Oh yeah, I could pick a year. You ready? It's not a wheel, but if we want to go with yours, that's fine.
I don't care. I did
something.
Can you put it on the screen to keep us honest?
Yeah, I hope. Hang on. It looks. I haven't made it. I just did it in Excel. Why is that doing that? Quit it.
You did it in Excel. So instead of going online and getting a free one, you built one?
Well, so here's the problem. We got to keep track of the years that we've.
True. Yeah, remove a year.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what years we've done. Would anybody else know?
No, but if
99,
Joey can just say spin again.
Okay, hang on. Let me share the screen. This is very
high tech here.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you can't see the window, can you? Well, crap. I don't know how to get it to do it. It's showing it in a window. It picked 1982, and you could see right there it showed it 1982, and those are the other years that we did.
Okay.
So 82.
Yeah.
Back in 82, our intro that Jason made the stinger will work now.
Can't get this to close. Don't.
So leave us some comments. Did you agree with us on that year and 1982 is coming? You want to leave us a future comment for 1982?
Yeah, and if you had a worse set for that year, leave that on Jason's Bricks and Vibes.
Yeah. Yeah. They really need to stinger so they can put clips of Jabbo doing all his. Every time they pick one, Jabbo's going to do the video.
Well, what's going to hurt them is they're going to do it, and then they're whatever 2 weeks behind on video, and so they're going to miss all Jabbo's response videos. I love the cowboy flying the airplane. I didn't have the cowboys as a kid. I had that airplane. So at first I was kind of like, come on, guys, that's you know, it was not great, but it's like the worst set. I don't know. I don't have the airplane now, so I don't think enough of it to go get it.
It's like there's no, like, when you're a kid and you're in that moment in 1976, you're not thinking like 50 years from now,
No.
will I remember this moment?
No.
Right.
But I went into the store and, I didn't buy it with my money because I was 8. And it's like, that's what we came out of the store with. It's one at some point. And what were the factors in me getting that set? One is the cost, probably. Yeah, it's like $3. You can get that one. But I had to have liked it over others because there are a lot of sets of that size.
Yeah, something at that point in your life, it was like, oh, that's it was good enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is back then it wasn't just good enough. It was what you had, and it was you can't compare back then to now. You have to compare back then to back then.
It's like the if you compare like an iPod to the phone today, like when iPod came out, or Walkman for that matter. The Walkman, man, that was a big deal having a Walkman, but nobody's running around with them now.
No.
That's me and my vintage Lego.
All right, up next.
All right. How about something crazy on eBay?
Yeah! Woo!
Wow. Crazy.
You know something that I just noticed with these stingers?
They're louder?
Well, I can turn my volume up, I guess. No, I don't know if Jason's doing it on purpose or what, but our logo is always straight. It is intended to be crooked. The only thing that's supposed to be straight in our logo is everything else is cattywampus. But he lines up the AFoOL straight. I don't know. I just noticed it. It was just a thing.
Well, sometimes with our production staff, you kind of get what you pay for.
We appreciate it, though.
Yes, we do, because it keeps it rolling.
Yeah. Okay, I'm getting there. Hang on.
Yeah, I didn't have anything this week.
Well, somebody's. That's the wrong screen.
It's just plastic touch.
No.
So this is, I've been working on my train collection, and I was like, I forgot about the Matellia, and so I always known I needed these gray bases, these gray wheel bases. I think the wheels are attached to them. It's just like it's kind of like the train base and this, except it's those wheels. Nobody has those for sale.
The bases?
Just the bases. If I could just get the bases, I could piece together everything else. But this is one of those, like, this is the only person that has this is the only listing I could find that had those bases in it.
Wow.
€1,000.
And the picture's confusing, right? Because it
Do you get both of them?
Right, but it shows that there's 2 available.
Oh, wow. That's even, I see that.
So does he
hate these kind of listings?
Yeah. Surely he ain't got 8 of those base places. He's
so you're just getting one.
Could you imagine somebody
that is just the locomotive in the car.
Right. Yeah, you said you could part this together. Do you have that many Matellia parts?
No, but it's like
Are they that available on Bricklink?
the thing that's rare in Matellia is those yellow pieces might be rare because there's not a lot of yellow. But those base plates, those train plates.
I get it. Yeah, but those are not just standard Lego bricks. They're
no,
compatible, but they're
none of this. This is stuff that your people that sort for your big brick and mortar stores, they'll be throwing these in the garbage. I guarantee you that this stuff has gotten discarded at places like that.
Because is it Lego on there anywhere? On the bricks?
Have to be on the underside.
Got the holes, or is it all?
I don't think so. Let me go. I'll be right back.
Oh, it doesn't have an inventory. I'm gonna tell you. Oh, we've lost. It might be dangerous having Jabbo in his basement.
I'm just going to look at it says Pat Pending's the only thing that's on there, so there's no Lego logo on.
No Lego logo. Okay.
Yeah. But it is official Lego product that apparently, for whatever political reasons in Italy, they could not import it, so they had to manufacture it there, and I guess they had to make it differently too.
There was, I think as I remember the story, it had to be, there had to be something different, or something was going on. It's a Samsonite thing too, right? It was a separate company that I think Lego ended up buying or spinning off or something.
Yeah.
Isn't there also one of the European countries for a while made bricks that had X's in the bottom of them?
That's what these have.
Is that okay? It's these. Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Let's see the bottom. That's it. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And these were these different clutch patterns for the tubes and stuff. Those were some of the like those Bear test bricks and stuff have those different types of things. But somehow this ended up being what they used in Italy.
And I think we always we see the patent all the time, and it's the classic what we think of Lego now with the tubes and stuff. But I think they patented a lot of that stuff too. All the kind of different.
There's probably an Italian patent,
right?
Or European. I don't know.
However that works, yeah.
There's not a lot of sets, but they are hard to get. All of the boats are for sale on eBay.
Oh, you know what? I pulled up the wrong. Hang on a second. I pulled up the box listing somehow. Let me see. I was trying to see if there was parts.
Tell you boats.
Here we go. 77 parts.
Oh, so you did find the parts list.
I found it. Yeah, here. Let me add it to stage. There we go.
I just wonder if the
So when you're trying, you're trying to get that because you want to get all the trains, but will that take you down a rabbit hole? If you get those, you might as well get all the Matellia sets now. I mean,
I wouldn't be opposed to trying to get all the Matellia sets. It's just one of those things that there's just not a lot of people selling it.
No, you would think that a lot of it would still be in Italy. It would be hard to get.
Yeah. See how much those the yellow bricks sell for. Okay, they're not super expensive. Oh, well, I guess if you want to find them in any kind of quantity, 35 cents. Okay.
It seems to me there's a very localized area to get them from.
Almost everybody I've bought these from has been in Italy.
Italy?
Yeah.
Well, here's one guy that's got 19 in the U.S.
Probably imported them. Missing Brick. That guy's been around since Brick Bay.
Oh, Missing Bricks?
Yeah, he's one of the OG sellers.
Well, with 41,000 transactions, I would guess so. Yeah. So okay, so it's not going to be terrible to get the to part it together. You just need the bases, which, by the way, when we looked at it just a second ago, they were none for sale.
None for sale. And this is I'll search Matellia every so often. I just search Matellia. And it's like, I just look at all the listings, see, and couldn't find those in any bulk lot or miscellaneous lot. And it's sad because there's probably people out there that got them. There's probably, if I ever go travel to Italy, I would love to go to little shop.
Go to a Bricks and Minifigs in Italy.
I don't know what kind of stores they have, but like they're equivalent of like a thrift store or a
right.
It's like there's probably some mom and pop shop that's got a pile of these back there, and nobody cares about them.
Like Samsonite bricks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was what was crazy on eBay.
Yeah, we didn't have anything. But we wouldn't have something for our next segment, but our crack production team is becoming a research analyst for us. And he has sent us a link. So this is another plastic deal.
It is, and I'm gonna make it quick. Oh, you know, I love my plastic segment. So Jason is the one that sent this to us?
Jason, yeah, that's our research. We have a research analyst, we have a production staff. We are getting to be the big time.
Eventually we could just not be here and let Jason do everything.
I don't know, can he handle running 2 whole podcasts all by himself? So yeah, this is materials in Lego bricks and elements. And y'all thought I was crazy when I said what I said, but there's our ABS.
Oh, hold on. The pause. Oh. Does this explain why my Technic bricks look like they're a different color?
So what is the HIPS and the PA? What does all that stand for?
I don't I'd have to look up HIPS and PA. The ARMA ABS is short for hang on, it's short
methyl
for
methacrylate acrylonitro butadiene
which is why they call it MABs. I'm kind of surprised at this PC here, because PC stands for polycarbonate, and I'm surprised that those ball joints are polycarbonate.
Just why everybody's back in the day, people's bionicles were breaking because they weren't polycarbonate.
Maybe. I mean, polycarbonate is not. I mean, it's a lot stronger.
Yeah,
but it also sticks to itself. Have you ever noticed that the old school, the ones that were made before
methyl methacrylate acrylonitro butadiene
they all stick to each other?
They do.
So like Lexan has a real bad tendency to stick to itself. Like if you can't slide it across itself, and you know.
Oh. Well, some of these it's obvious that they're different, like those flexible things, the minifigure accessories. But this palm,
yeah, I don't know what that palm is.
So I have a cup, one of the Lego cups that has the 1x2 red axles that are in every Technic set. I don't know, but those I don't know why they use black but they always use red. But that cup has a particular odor to it.
Really?
Yeah. It smells different. That plastic smells different.
Yeah.
It's been there. I mean, it's one of those things you'll always have in your store. People buy it, eventually, but it's like I'll never.
I don't know
sell
about you, but there's stuff that me and Joey will always have in our store.
Yeah. Yeah. I know the PP, that's polypropylene, which, you know, those are really soft. The bio PE, that's your vegetable oil crap.
They need to make the brick separator out of metal. Those things do not last.
And that's, yeah.
It's supposed to be tough, but it's like,
yeah. So you can go to this. Well, this is on the list. I'm not sure how Jason found it, because I looked and looked and looked the other day when I was.
I'm telling you, we got it. It's our crack staff, man. He is a research analyst. He's like the
know.
guy who sits in the press box who throws up all the stats to the guy who's calling the game.
So this brings up another problem for Joey, because if you're working on a color chart, do you now have to have the color in each of the different types of plastic?
Oh,
So otherwise, they're really not the same.
Well, okay, so you're talking about like here where you have the plate is. Oh, you know what though? They're saying that's Lego base plate. So that's the flat base plates.
Yeah,
that's what hips made of. Yeah, that makes sense because that would be hips would be more thermal formable, where ABS is not as.
Oh, it's
so
obvious.
that would be the So do I have to have a base plate in all of those colors because it's in hips versus ABS?
Yeah.
No.
Well, if you hold it side by side and there's a color variation, then and it's a consistent color variation.
Yeah, and that's possible why you see, over the years, obviously if they're using PC polycarbonate for some of these ball joints, it's that we're going to see a difference in those colors.
Yeah.
Have anything? Yeah, I got some Bionicle colors up there that are only Bionicle colors, which makes me now wonder if they're polycarbonate. I could do a destructive test to see, but then I'd lose my part, right? How fun is that?
Yeah. This explains a lot. Well, it doesn't explain why my bricks are all different colors, but it explains why the different elements.
Yeah.
It just goes to prove that Lego is not as picky about their colors as we think they are.
Yeah, and if you scroll to the bottom, it said there's a plan. I didn't read it, but look, see.
Yeah.
There's a goal for 2032, and then in 2030 they might move that goal to 2030. Just keep moving the goalposts.
Our ambitious goal.
Yeah.
For 2032. Will you remember in 7 years we said this? Then in 2032, our ambitious goal for 2039.
Yeah. Well,
just keep moving the goalpost.
It's kind of like, so the company I work for now, we just got spun off from the company I used to work for. Still working plastics, but we're going to a new SAP system. So we're in a blackout type scenario where we're actually not running anything right now, but they have these goals for we were going to go live on this date. The software is going to be ready to go. We're doing all these things. And Monday was our go live. And then we had a big meeting and everybody gather around the table, all employee meeting. It's go live and we are go live. We have turned on the servers and we're on it. And that was the big PR to the employees meeting. And then the meeting that they had immediately after that for a lot of the people who are working on it at the individual plant sites, is like, nobody has access to the system. Don't try to get into the system. The system is broken. It's like, no, you just said it was working fine. You just went go live.
Oh man.
Yeah, I tell you,
Wednesday we are still not in the system.
Yeah, we had one of those a couple of weeks ago, a couple months ago. I told you we had a big conference call about a new thing coming. The go live date was this, and then on the go live date they said, don't use it yet. It's not ready.
Yeah. Well, we checked the box. We went through go live and it's checked. We did it because they turned it on, but only like 15 people had access to the system. So big corporations, you got to love them.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're all the same, including
we were just talking today about how we have to schedule things at weird hours sometimes, and you'll have somebody that has something that's critical to the change that's being made, and everybody gets there at 3:00 in the morning, and then that one person you need never gets on the call, and you're like, okay, guess I'll go back home. Try this again another day.
So, Lego Insiders Day. Did we
I bought nothing.
Nothing?
I bought nothing too.
It's like, had I known, I could have waited to buy some things.
Well, I looked at it twice because it says four times points on certain sales.
Only 5 things.
Yeah, and then 2 times points on other things, and then they had a couple things on sale. And I was like, ah. But
Yeah.
I did notice in the rewards, you can actually use reward points to get another one of the space sets with the space
It's a-
baby.
Oh
oh,
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I might
Yeah,
have.
I started to make an order just to get that, and
yeah. So
Oh,
the
I thought about getting the Daily Bugle for a just kind of a put it away set because it's supposed to retire, and you get 2 gifts with purchases, even though they're not the greatest. And
I mean, that's not bad. 280. What
mm,
was
no,
350?
these are the right time to buy all of the. If any of these sets on this list people haven't bought, this is the time to buy them.
mhm.
Yeah, I feel like I want to. I feel like the Daily Bugle is one I should pick up.
I mean, I already have it, so I didn't get it.
Yeah,
I've already given up on ideas, so I didn't want the lighthouse.
Yeah.
The Viking Village was very tempting. That's a good price for
the
the Viking Village.
Blacktron I was going to get, but then I would have had to get other stuff to get to the gift with purchase there.
I mean, if I
So
had not bought the Blacktron set yet, or the Space Rover, the LRV, I would have bought that. But I'm like, "Ugh, I already bought it, and the
yeah,
camera, I already have the camera.
I
It's
already have
like,
the camera.
and all this other crap I don't want.
You,
I mean,
you
who
mean
wants
you
any
don't
of this
want
stuff?
the Will Ferrell thing?
that's
Or
not Will
William?
Ferrell. Don't confuse Will Ferrell with that guy. Back up now.
The Hall of Heads.
Uh,
Okay.
I don't know, but I thought about getting the Bugle and using my insider points to get it, but I think I'm gonna save them for the USS Enterprise when it comes out.
Yeah. So I'm not upset at this Insider Day, but it's like it's not it. Sadly, nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of the only thing that I thought about was the Bugle, and I already have it, so I'm kind of
Yeah.
Why is the Milky Way galaxy, sold out? It's back ordered, I guess.
Well, that's because of this. I mean, the Viking Village is so
Is
back.
it?
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of them are back ordered, yeah, but it's like, is that really worth even then? Is it worth $159?
I guess it is in some way.
I guess it was, yeah.
What about Amazon? Did you get anything from Amazon?
I
I
did.
looked.
I did your thing. Was
You
that
did?
Amazon?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was Amazon.
I got this box from Amazon. I haven't opened yet. But this was ordered before Prime Day.
Exactly, it sure was. And
So
and oddly enough, Prime Days on Prime Day went live. Everything I saw was available before Prime Days, and now stuff's slow. Like today, that's not. It's
yeah,
not for that price anymore.
yeah.
It's like I guess they've sold out of their allotment of what they were going to sell for that price.
And like everybody's trying to compete with them Prime
Mhm.
Days because Walmart has their thing, Lego has their thing. I think Target has a Target Circle thing, but there's just a handful of things on sale. So
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as that Space Baby thing, I think I'm going to do it. But I mean, I'm kind of if I do it now, I'm not going to make another order until
Yeah.
August. So then I'm going to have to remember that I have it in my email, so I don't lose my code. It's
Right.
I think I'll just wait, and if it's available when the time comes, then I'll do it.
I feel like I will have, but by the time 2025 is over, I will have bought less Lego directly from Lego than
Mhm.
previous years.
Oh, I think, yeah, this has been a definite down year for me. And I mean, it's not that I've banned it or blocked, it's
No,
no boycott. It just not as much as hit me. I mean, as I get older, I get pickier.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Just
yeah, I'm
think
more
like
excited about building the double tipper.
right. Yeah. So, did you guys see the new Bricklink Express thing? It was on the homepage of
Are
Bricklink.
they
I
bringing
saw
back
that,
the
but I
Cypress
didn't.
tree? They're bringing back the Cypress tree.
Well, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Is that an old picture that goes back to Dan? Because that's a little wizard hat thing. I've seen that associated with
Maybe it is. Maybe this is a reference to something from back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, maybe he had trains and did stuff. Dan Jezik was the guy that had invented Brick Bay, which eventually came Bricklink. For our viewers that don't know, and I don't know who those would be, but yeah, they're having a contest to create your train.
I don't know how to do this. Do I build it and then take a picture of it? And
they want you to build it in Studio.
Well, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
I've never opened Studio. I don't know how to do anything in Studio. I don't even know how to get. Well, I could probably find the link somewhere.
It's on the front page. I think it even has one of its own drop down here.
So is this another contest that they're going to pick a winner and sell a set?
I don't know.
I think it's just like the winner gets something.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What's the details? Design require how to submit. Winner's recognition. All participants design. You'll get a Bricklink Express badge. Okay. Winning designs will display the Bricklink Express winner badge. Okay. I guess that's on your
virtual badge. A literal badge.
I think it's just on the online badge.
Let's
see. Winners will be featured on social media and future studio newsletters. Yeah, this really looks like a pat on the shoulder and good job, buddy.
Yeah, just like your boss at work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing to have these competitions, but
it's kind of a forum type deal.
And I guess if they're opened up for people to build, I mean, there's sometimes cool things come out of these.
These are fun little challenges that they do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. If I sounded negative on it, I'm sorry.
You're more negative on the digital studio thing.
Yeah.
The studio thing, it's useful. I think I'm not trying to say it's not useful. I'm just like, I have no interest in learning it.
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah. I used LDraw for years, but I cannot. LDraw kind of fell out of. It's kind of out of date, and nobody's really keeping it up to date. So I've uninstalled it from my computer. I have Studio on there, and I still find the Studio interface difficult.
Yeah.
And I've been into a few groups of kind of nosed around, and I get it. I see people asking, I don't know, Lego nerds. Exactly. I see these people ask these questions, and I'm like, yeah, why is that like that? And the problem is the LDraw interface, to me, it was simpler, right? It wasn't as complex. It was simple, but you could just do stuff, right? You could, if you wanted to turn it, you could turn it. It was not as easy to turn, but you had 4 windows. You could look at it from every direction. And I don't know. I'm trying to use Studio, but I don't. There's things I want to build. I'm trying. I don't know if you can see it. I started a mock there. I have. Where'd the train go? Oh, I took it to the layout. I got a Hudson I'm trying to do, and a lot of these things I had LDraw files for, digital files.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll open in Studio, and sometimes they won't, and sometimes they look like they're spread out on a deck of cards. It's like, why did it do that? Thanks, Studio.
Yeah. Well, the more Studio stuff they do, it's like that's just going to be eventually there are going to be people that will buy parts to build certain things. I think there's a big segment of people now that don't even play with the bricks. I think they just do Studio stuff.
I think it's kind of weird. I could do it in LDraw. I haven't done it in Studio, but you can build absolutely gigantic mocks. It's like playing in Minecraft. You know, I built things in Eldraw that and they just kept getting built. I mean, they would be tens of thousands of pieces in there, and I don't have those kinds of parts sitting around.
Yeah.
Especially always in the right color, and so I think you're right. I think people do just get in there and play.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's really not anything wrong with that.
So did you on the breaking news when Jason showed Alex the brickheads?
Yes.
I was like, as soon as he showed it, I was like, that's Space Time Brick Studios.
Yep.
It was pretty funny because he's like, that is so bad, so bad. Then when I said to do it, well, it is a good job. I mean, it's pretty
good. Way to ride the fence, Alex. Well, speaking of that, and the rumor of the U.S. Enterprise, it's back again. We have a video.
I think it's legit. I think there's too many details out there. I mean, because I watch one of those guys. I watch. I kind of scroll.
How did he get his channel back? I was so mad. Somebody put the link of the channel. It was deleted. Now they're back.
It was. Now it's back. Yeah. He's pretty. I don't know where he gets it from, but he always says where he gets it from. So it's kind of like he uses footnotes.
If you're not showing a picture, what's the point?
Well, I can show you where he got. I can show you where I think the information started. This is a post on Reddit on Lego Leaks, and this is
Reddit. The truth is in Reddit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, if
truth is out there,
if it's on the internet and it's on Reddit, it's got to be true. But it's almost point for point the information.
Oh, this is where he got it. Doesn't mean this is a good source.
Right. This is his source.
Exactly.
But
and
see, the problem for these guys is now because of the NDAs, these guys used to see pictures early from people but now I don't think you see as much early posting as with picture wise. So now this is all they have to go off of.
If this is true, one, good on Lego for keeping it hidden this long. Because some of the other stuff that he mentioned in that video, there have been leaked images, and some other people have confirmed. Yeah, it is. It's so this would be crazy if it's real, especially considering I still contend that we started it.
Yeah,
we started it. One of us managed to keep making it go on in their channel for a while.
I mean, we were awfully close. There's only
it's November, right? They said November, right?
Yeah, November. Yeah. I don't.
There'll be images. There'll be images before, if it is true.
If it's true, yeah. I'm trying to think of the last thing that really came out that didn't have a leaked image. I don't know.
So that yellow truck came out pretty quick, didn't it?
The Lego truck, yeah. The semi,
and that's one of the things that was on sale on one of the sites. I don't know if it's Amazon or it was.
That was a Costco. There's another Costco exclusive.
The Costco exclusive that I saw on Amazon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, that's because of the people who bought them by the truckload and to resell them through Amazon. Okay. Like when Jason found it, and he told his buddy from their Brick Fest, and he went in and bought the pallet of them.
Okay.
So is that one that was available on Lego.com, or was it?
That's the only you can get it at Costco or you get it at Lego.
I think you could get it at Costco at some point for less than $50, probably.
Yeah.
That's when they bought them all, when they went on their clearance run.
Yeah.
But that's by area too, because it's just like my Walmarts versus your Walmarts. I might find something for 18 and you go in your Walmart and it's 24.
Yeah.
It amazes me how many times though I go into Walmart. It's like they'll have good stock, a good selection of stuff, and it's like I just the prices don't jump at me to go,
Right.
Yeah,
go buy anything.
no, I agree. And then they
I
have
looked for the one that you sent, that little bus. I didn't.
well, it's
The
odd
price
because I
was different. It was like 24. I
yeah,
think.
I found it in Indianapolis for $18.50, so I bought one. I came home, one of my Walmarts had it, so I checked the part out value and I bought them. From the other Walmart didn't have it, and then I saw them in Mississippi and they were 24, like you said.
Yeah.
That's, so is everything behind glass in your area, Jabo?
No, it's I've seen about 3 or 4 stores where they do that, and it's like I don't go back in those stores. I don't feel like one of the other guys was talking about like I don't feel like
Yeah.
going to get somebody. So even if stuff was on sale, I'd be like, it'd have to be a really good sale for
Right.
But I don't buy stuff and the stuff's not behind the cabinet.
Yeah.
Well, the Walmart employees, they all seem to love their job.
Yeah.
So going to have to
Yeah.
get one of them to help you anyway.
Well, it's sad. So I saw a post on, I think it's on Reddit.
The truth will set you free.
The truth is out there.
But I don't know why they notify me anytime there's like a Bricklink thing, like somebody has a question about Bricklink or something, and sometimes it's just like people that are new, and one of them, the guy bought a sealed set from somebody on Bricklink, and he opened it, and it was missing all the minifigures and some of the parts from one of the bags, and he left the guy negative feedback. And I was like, you did that the wrong way. Because he was like, did I do the right thing? And I was like, no, you should have contacted him, because I've had it happen to me where I bought something at a store that was like a bargain hunt or something, and I thought it was sealed and it wasn't sealed.
Yeah.
And so now I'm thoroughly checking all the seals. And I saw other people talking about like just really looking at your seals. And then people have come up with other creative ways to open the boxes without breaking the seal, like by ungluing the cardboard and gluing it back. So it's not impossible that you could sell something on any of the reselling sites, whether it's Bricklink or eBay or whatever, and you think it's sealed and it's not. And so it's rare. Like it scares me every time I send it. I say I got a box upstairs where I sold a set for $300, and I'm like, I hope this is good. I'm pretty sure it is, because I bought it a long time ago. But it's like,
well, I had that train car that had the wrong car in it, and I'm convinced that was somebody had opened it up and put the wrong car in there for whatever reason. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But they did a good job, because it fooled me right up until me and Dakota are sitting there opening. Dakota looks at me like, "That's not right. What are you doing? That's not right."
Weren't you building it? Not even.
Yeah, we were about half done. And Dakota, he's like, he just keeps looking at me.
Classic BrickTrains moment. Dakota's like,
he's more on top of it than I am.
It's like back in the day when my son still lived here and we'd do videos. There'd be so many times that I'm just not getting it, and he's getting it, and then I go back and rewatch the video. I'm like, oh my God, he was telling me.
Yeah. Dad.
So what do you think about the Transformer?
Oh man, that's pretty good. Looks, I don't know how much it's going to cost. Soundwave. It's got a sound brick.
Yeah, I'm not a Transformer guy, but it looks pretty good.
My son, he's like, you got to get it, Dad.
Yeah.
You got to get two. One for me to build and one for you.
Well, especially if you already have Optimus Prime, right? And
yeah, we have Optimus Prime and Bumblebee and all the Brickheads.
I'm slowly going through. Well, I don't know. I think I've talked to you about it in a couple of videos where Dakota's been parting out parts for me, and he's been making a little money doing that. It's the Brickheads. I've been slowly going back through and it's like, okay, I have no interest in these. Why did I? At some point, I thought I was going to get all the BrickHeads, and then it turned into one of those things where it just doesn't stop. Right.
Well, the good news for you is that in general, BrickHeads parts always sell. I sell when the sales are good. We had kind of a slow week last week, I guess, because of the holiday. Things picked back up again today, but it's like it's amazing to me how many orders I get that have parts that are clearly BrickHeads or even for BrickHeads. I can almost tell what they're building sometimes.
Right. Well, there's a lot of good parts in the brick. Now that one gray piece that has the 4 studs on the side, I have shoe boxes of those things.
Yeah.
But they sell.
I had S box N64 is those gray. And one day I was uploading an inventory and it included that part. And I did an edit on a part price and I edited all of them.
Oh,
it changed that part to 4 cents.
Oh,
And somebody bought all of them. And I was like,
wow.
why is this order only $20? I was like, it should be like 100. And I was like, oh, I changed the price. And then I had to go back and change the price. And I had to figure out what I had added. But,
from their other parts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good looking set. And then there's Speed Champions DeLorean and what was the other one? A DeLorean and
I don't remember now.
Supposed to be 2 of a DeLorean
and Lightning McQueen.
Is that the other one? Yeah,
I think so. I'll definitely get those.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of getting off the Speed Champions deal too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there's so many of them. Just kind of like you with the BrickHeads. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get to where I'm just picking and choosing the ones I want. I wish they'd do the 78 Trans Am.
Yeah. Yeah, if they do like pop culture ones,
yeah,
I would probably get those Speed Champions, but just the general cars, that's never really been my thing. But I mean, they've found a good market though with the whole run of that stuff. I mean, people really love it.
Well, and I think that's an easy one to pick up new kids all the time.
Yeah.
Right. You're always going to get the 14-year-old boy that's going, oh, look at that car. That's a cool car. And so, they're always making kids. So if you just keep making cars, you're going to do all right.
Yeah.
So
I still haven't broke down and bought one of the Mattel ones yet.
Yeah, me neither.
I did break down and buy all the F1 cars though.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw that.
Your spirit is broken.
I couldn't help it. BrickSet put them in the CMF thing, and my CMF went from being 99% complete because I'm missing Mr. Gold to like 80% complete. I was like, no, you did not. Like,
well,
you're looking at that.
You are an administrator. You could have like unselected it, right?
I could have, but that is new. So that stuff comes. They do it based on what Lego says, but Lego doesn't call them CMFs. Neither does Bricklink. I don't know why BrickSet has got them listed under CMFs. And I mean, it wasn't that much, and it was easy. I bought that box of 6. I knew exactly which ones I needed to get, and I found a guy. Did you notice the price I was paying for him?
It was
less than retail. So either he got a deal on him or he's losing money because I didn't buy anything else from a store.
Yeah.
Did you ever find your pink spaceman?
Yeah, I know where it's at. It's in tub 5, and I found 3 tubs that are buried. And I just they've gotten a lot of stuff stacked on top of them. So it's by process of elimination, it's one of those 3 tubs. I just haven't got it undone. I did.
What they'll come out with a new color spaceman before you get that out.
Oh yeah, probably my little pink baby space band holder.
But
there's my
your stickered one.
Yeah, he came in. Now there's a guy. I bought this from a guy. Hang on, I'll show it. I don't know how easy that's going to be to see.
I can see the kind of the shine off of it, but
yeah, there you go.
Now I see the sticker. Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
So this seller was a European seller, and I asked for a picture, and he's very nice. Sent me a picture. I don't even know who it was now to tell you. I should really plug his store, I guess. But it got to be about a week or so in, and he sent me a message, and he said, "Have you got it yet?" Because I hadn't left feedback yet. I said, "No, I haven't got it yet." And kind of back and forth a little bit about, I shipped it. I said, "Come on, this takes time. I'm not going to be worried about it until it's a month late because, but it showed up like the next day or two, and I sent him feedback and a message saying it was. But I thought it was good that the guy was at least interested in whether or not I'd received it. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. It was I don't remember what I said I paid. It was like $14 for the figure and then like $14 for shipping or something. So, I mean, it's expensive, but it's not like hundreds.
Yeah.
So,
I got this company reached out to me that here in the U.S. that's making stickers, and they make like space stickers, like all the different factions of space, all the different factions of castle. And they're like, "Hey, would you be interested in trying this out?" And I'm just so tired. I got this train on my table I haven't done a video on. I turned them down. Like, actually I didn't respond, but it's like I felt bad because it's like I kind of would like to get them just to see what they're like.
right.
Maybe you should
I don't want to do a
respond.
video.
Maybe you should respond and tell them that you would like to, but you don't want them just to send you something. You'll let them know the next time you need some.
Well, I don't need anything.
Well, exactly. And if they just send you anything,
Yeah, because one of the things I thought is like when you're making these upscaled figures, like if you want to make different colored spacemen, I need a printed. I would need a sticker for that.
there is a sticker. It's from the Galaxy Explorer set.
Is it clear?
And Minifig Jez, he did Space Babies in a couple other colors, and there's a sticker. It goes on the fin of the new Galaxy.
But that's the small. That's like
It's
the
smaller,
for the Space
that's
Baby.
True. That's true. It would fit the Space Baby. You're right. You're right.
But a good clear sticker would be good for any color.
Is there one from an older set that might have went on a panel?
No,
not in the right size. No.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Well, that clear sticker on that yellow one's the only one I really knew.
Yeah, that's a little one.
It's a little bitty. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been happy with. I mean, it's like it's weird. I'm happy to buy stuff from Brick Sticker Shop because I know what I'm getting.
Right.
Even though it's only a few stickers. Now this company, they were selling like a sheet of space logos, just in all different sizes. And then they had all these things for BlackTron, and like custom things too, not just stuff that you could re-sticker things. But it's like I don't want to do. I don't like commitment. I'd feel obligated to do something, and I'd rather just buy stuff. And if I do something, I do it, and if I don't, I don't.
Right. Yeah. Well, I got a question. And I didn't put this in the show notes because I wasn't sure I wanted to ask it, but we got a little bit of time here. So so like the name of our podcast is, the adult fans of old Lego. And then the, AFoOLs are considered, adult fans of adult fans of Lego. Whatever. I guess my thing is if I'm an AFoOL and an AFoOL,
you're also
what are those called? Venn diagrams with the circles?
Well, I guess what I'm getting is, I see more and more of these people that are doing, and I know Jason's one of them, and this is not against anybody that's doing, but they do the Panacea and the Fun Ho, and I think M&R Productions start doing Panacea sets and stuff. But
money speaks.
I'm still a fan of Lego.
Yeah. So this happened today.
Okay.
because like when did Prime Day? We're filming this on the 9th. Prime
Yeah.
Day started like yesterday, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about it. So let me check some things. I'm about to get mad.
Don't get mad.
I'm on Amazon. I'm on Target. I'm on Walmart. I search Lego Prime Day deals or whatever day deals. It's like maybe a 10th Lego.
Mhm.
It's all this other crap, and some of the stuff is still direct ripoffs
Right.
of IP. And I'm
Especially
like,
on Amazon.
and I'm like, I don't want to see this crap.
Yeah.
And so that it's like I was happy with my Blue Bricks things, and there's some other. I mean, I've bought Mega Blocks. I love my Thomas and Friends Mega Blocks. I've been buying Quad Blocks. I got all, and the Quad Blocks, quite frankly, is garbage. But I like it. But yeah, I'm like you. I still gravitate towards Lego.
Lego, yeah. And again, I'm not trying to throw disrespect or shade on anybody. It feels like, I guess that's the thing, is it feels like in the YouTube community, you get a lot of people who are gravitating to these Panacea and Lumi bricks or whatever. And are they getting a lot of traction in the regular public? Because YouTube and Lego, if you want to do a Venn diagram of that is a small group of people.
Yeah.
You know, or at least I guess in our.
Sometimes you make an observation, people take it as a criticism.
Sure.
But I saw somebody said that they were on their land page. They said they're the largest female creator in the Lego space, and I'm like, no, you're not. The largest Lego creator in the female space is not. It's not in the land.
Right.
And she was featured in the I got the magazine the other day. She was in that magazine.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was her. I've never seen her like a picture of her before, but it had the same name and she was from the same country. So I was like, I think this is her. And it's like that's the biggest female creator, and she's not like, yeah. Anyway, sorry. I was like,
what is she basing her largest?
I don't know.
Views, subscribers, members.
Yeah,
TikTok.
You know what I base it on? I base it on how long you've been collecting. So I'm the biggest.
No, I don't have a problem with some of that stuff, but I get agitated too. Like you type in Lego but I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I'm not bashing or anything. There's people who like to build and they're going to build whatever.
There's still a large number of people that love Lego that aren't on social media and don't care about it, and that's fine.
They probably don't know about it. I mean, in our little group that we have, I think there's 2 guys that love all that stuff, and they just love to build it. They don't have big cities. They build it and they put it on a shelf, and they buy all Lego and they buy all that stuff. You know, fun hole.
I remember when I was the weird guy going to the shows filming stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you filming this?
Now it's kind of, I know
everybody's doing it.
Yeah. Now it's why don't you have your phone out?
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'm the guy that goes to the show and I film nothing.
Nothing filming. Yeah.
I don't film anything.
Yeah. No, it is definitely, Brick World is kind of, I didn't go this year, obviously, but the previous year we went, it's very heavily influenced by influencers. Now, it wasn't weird like everybody was running around filming each other. It wasn't like a Monty Python movie or nothing. Everybody was having a good time and stuff, but it was very obvious that, you know, there was a lot of YouTube creation. Plus they set up a stage and everybody gets up there and they can do their thing. And
yeah, and nothing wrong with that.
No,
but you know,
it's change. It's a change.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn. I'm an old guy. I don't like change.
I don't let stuff bother me.
I'll probably still go to the train shows. Yeah. I don't know. What would it take to get me to go to another Lego convention?
Probably me and Joey going to the same one.
That's it. If you and Joey and Alex and Jason.
Oh, the odds just went way up for that to happen. Yeah, are not happening. Yeah,
That's it's like I would love to go to Brick Slopes just because of Alex and Jason.
yeah.
And it seems like it's a well supported show because of the guy that does it. But it'd be a hard sell to get the family to go out there.
Yeah, it's a big travel. It's
Yeah.
it's really far out there for us. Although it seems like Jason just jumps in the car and drives across.
Man,
the
that
country.
guy, that reminds me, he's supposed to be coming through here in August. Oh my God. I better have him pick something up for me at the Lego store here in Atlanta. Later.
Oh man, seems like there was one other thing or something I was gonna before we did comments, but I can't.
don't know.
Oh well.
Well, if you think of it, we come back to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you ready, Earl? It's time for some foolish comments.
I don't like them.
You want me to autograph that?
I end up getting snarky, and I'm surprised they keep reaching out to me.
I'm not happy.
It's not even funny.
It's not even funny.
Did you see Alex's Earl moment?
Yeah, that was good. Joey hadn't got that far yet.
I was gonna say I haven't got to the comments yet. I'm still watching.
Uh,
How many days does it take you to watch a breaking news?
Couple.
Yeah, usually it takes me about 3.
yeah, sometimes it depends. Usually I start it and then I have to finish it the next day.
Yeah.
So, Ty Novell, who I like to call Tylenol, and Jason likes to give me a hard time, but first, whoopity-doo, not debunked. Ty Novell likes to be first all the time.
That means he's got the bell rung.
I know. He was I think he was upset and because he was like fourth and on the breaking news, and he's like, man, it's 1 minute in and I'm fourth. Zainova also says Jabo looks like he's in TMBB's attic room. Also, nice Rex t-shirt from the OG old guy new shirt.
Yeah,
that's where he was.
That's his room. That's his room.
Pasta Jensen says second or third. Greetings from Singapore. Well, whoopity doo to you too, Pasta
Hey,
Jensen.
he's in Singapore?
Wow, yeah, that's
Ty Novell says, wow, you're up late. Pasta Jensen says, waiting for my flight. It got delayed to 4 a.m. Ty Novell says, have a safe flight. Pasta Jensen says, thanks, and I did. Sitting on the train home now.
That's
why we have
interesting.
conversations in our
I know.
Yeah, when there's comment section and it's a conversation
Yeah.
between two people
Yeah.
unrelated to the video. That's I like those.
Pasta Jensen says, I had that set as a kid too. He must be talking about last week's set, which would have been no, there wasn't a 129 last week, right? So what set was he talking about?
It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I say last week. You know what I mean.
Last time, yeah.
No, I wasn't criticizing that. I was just like, I was saying that like I can't remember.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I can't. I've slept since then.
Pasta Jensen at the 9 minute and 54 seconds. It's a trap.
Oh, do one of us make a?
I wonder what it was at 9:54. You're gonna have to find that out, Joey. He also says never saw the point in grading. Neither do we.
Yeah.
Nope.
Chris Bricks, that 6500 Holiday Village set is giving off Lego Island vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would be a cool set to piece together and order custom stickers.
That's what we used to refer to it when I first heard about it. Is Lego Island set.
Pasta Jensen again. It says it does not affect me that much, but I still think the Bricklink Lego merger is BS. Yeah, I saw something on there today or yesterday that made me think about. I was parting out some sets, and I was just like, man, this is got Lego all over it. I couldn't find the part out. I had to go to add something and then find the part out under that instead of, you used to be able to just go up in the top window and you'd go. Now you got to go under your profile to get to your wanted list. You got to go.
Oh, yeah, they made it harder to find.
Yeah.
When you're used to doing something the same way for years, and they change.
Pasta Jensen says AKA, which means also known as, but I don't think that's what he's saying. I think it would be better for all parts that the Lego and Bricklink are separate sites, but I guess it's about control. It's about linking databases so they can gather information. Ty Novell, Pasta Jensen is about control. The Lego site was previously for kids, and we know Bricklink was for adults. Now with the merger, I wonder how they are going to restrict kids under 18 from selling on Bricklink.
Oh, that's easy. They've already made it hard to become a seller.
Yeah,
I think a lot of us started when it was easy to be a seller.
Yeah, you just basically went in there and just opened the store.
Yeah, now you got to get feedback. And Brittany A. McCubbins, the people buying graded sets are proving two things. One, they're stupid. Two, they don't know what to do with their money.
Yeah.
Yep, we've said that before.
Like if my Wild West train, if that box was pristine mint condition and I had somebody put it in a plastic case, that sticker sheet was still crumpled up in there.
Yep.
Let's see. Brittany McCubbin, grading a set doesn't guarantee what's inside. Exactly. A few years before Toys R Us went under, I purchased a set supposed to be an off-road vehicle, but instead, a completely different vehicle was inside, an RV with a canoe. I wonder which she had the instructions to. I wonder if she had the correct instructions with the wrong set or the wrong instructions, everything. That would probably be, if you could prove that, that'd probably be a very valuable misprint or mispick.
But it's more likely a return.
Yeah.
J. Curl, your Lego username will not become your Bricklink name. Your nickname on Lego will become your Bricklink name.
Here's the thing. I don't want my...
Yeah, you can change your nickname every 30-day period. So my nickname right now on Lego is like Moldy Garlic.
I was Spicy Viscount Ghoultard.
So
that was your nickname?
That's what the one Lego gave me.
Yeah, they assign you one. You could pick like one out of they give you like 3 options or something.
Right.
No, you could just type your nickname in. If
no, when I did it,
okay.
They did not let you pick.
When I did it, you couldn't type it either. You got to select one.
Well, now you can type it in.
They had enough people like me calling in and chewing them out. I was so mad.
Yeah.
About that.
But I still don't understand why they're tying the nickname, which seems to be something that you can change, to your Bricklink account, which should be something that you shouldn't change.
Right.
Frequently, anyway.
And then Blah One says, my Lego nickname is subject to more strict rules and will not accept my Bricklink name. Can't make them match beforehand, so we'll end up changing. So this is kind of completely different, but kind of on the basis of your Bricklink store name. Can you change your Bricklink store name whenever you want to?
I think so.
I've changed my name, but your link has always been your username. That's why when you you'll see it'll say what their original name was.
I was just thinking about this the other day, to like for you, Jabbo, you're established, you have your store, you don't really need it. But for like me and Joey, I was thinking if we should put the letter A in front of our
number.
Yeah, a number in front of our store name. So that way when somebody searches for a part, we come up at the top.
Now this is like Bricklink thought of that. years ago, and they cycle through that. You're not supposed to be, because people were doing that. They were trying to do something that numerically would show up higher, but they had it where, like sometimes when you look at sellers in different states, the A's not at the top.
So I don't, but see, so let's say I'm looking for something on my wanted list, and I select like 3 items from a wanted list, and it'll go to match the stores. It'll go by whoever has the most lots, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if all 3 match, they go to the top. It might be 3 stores or whatever. But if I only do one part, and I don't do when I look for one part, it gives them to me in alphabetical order.
I haven't seen that. I don't trust the one. That's another one of the things I saw on Reddit. Somebody was talking about why are the parts so expensive when they search by their wanted list. I was like, because you're searching by your wanted list.
Right. That's what the stores are alphabetized. So if you don't go through and look at them, if you just select the one at the top, it might be the most expensive.
Well, it's usually the way mine's sorted. It's always what store at top is the one that has the most parts, and that's always going to be one of those places like AZ Bricks or something. That's their parts are 10 times more.
But you just said AZ Bricks. They're at the top because
I get it, but the next one may be it.
Okay, so look right now. Let's just use the pink space guy.
Okay.
Just go look for that one thing and look at who's available in the U.S. selling that one, and it's going to be alphabetized by store name.
If I look through a wanted list.
Yeah, but I don't look at wanted list. I look at the parts.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm looking at, and then you sort by lowest price, highest price, lowest quantity, highest quantity, or newest item. So that it never comes. The way I search, I never come across.
You don't go through your wanted list. So what I'm talking about.
I have a wanted. What I do is I start with a part that a seller has, and then I see what items he has on my wanted list.
Yeah.
I never search.
I got you.
I think they had the right intention with the wanted list as far as like trying to help people find a seller, the fewest number of sellers to get the most items from the wanted list.
Right.
But anytime I've tried to use it in the past, it's just 10 times more expensive.
Yeah. So this was the hamburger car or whatever it was that for the soapbox derby, and it's sorted by
unique lots.
Yeah. So
what are your options there?
Well, let's see.
Go over to the right. A little bit more. That's your left. The other left.
That's my left. This is my right. Yeah.
Okay. Go down right there.
Okay, here we go. Item count, minimum buy, store name, or feedback score.
So the store name, you might have it defaulted to store name, and that's why you're seeing it alphabetically. Earl.
Yeah, I do mine unique lots.
Yeah. So unique lots isn't going to necessarily be the best price. It's just going to be who has the most
what if
different things.
So go backwards and just pick one item and see how it comes up. Because now you got me curious. Go back to your wanted list. Just go to any wanted list.
Okay. I don't know.
Just pick one.
Well, hang on. Okay, I'll have to back up.
Yeah.
All right, now to pick this part.
Yeah, just pick a part. No, go backwards. Backwards.
Take the survey.
Go backwards. Click on it.
Hang on. Okay, here I am.
Okay, click.
I don't have a wanted list that has one part.
Well, that's okay. Click the little box right there.
The box beside it.
The box beside the part.
Right. And then hit buy.
And then hit buy
one. Okay. All right. I got you. All right.
Oh, you're right. But even though it's unique lots, since everybody only has one, it is alphabetical.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then
so that's unique lots, but if I were to switch it by
lowest price,
right, you could switch it there.
But yeah, it's not in there though that way. There's item count, so that one's
it's still alphabetical.
Well, KSB B. I mean, it's not really.
That's by
I'm
how
not sure
many.
what the hell it is.
That's how many of each. That's how many of those they have in their store.
Oh yeah, item count. Yeah. Okay, I got it. So yeah, all right. What's the minimum buy?
That's how much you have to spend in their store to make an order.
Yeah. Okay, there it is. I was gonna say, was sort of alphabetical. So I'm guessing their minimum buy must be the same, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, minimum buy is nothing. Yeah, so they
Right.
probably are. Well, they're not alphabetical here. Wonder why it changed there.
I still think that the best way.
All right, so go back to that part, Joey,
Okay.
and we'll do it. Just click the like you did a while ago. Go back to that part.
If you're looking to buy a half circle tile, this is the podcast
click
for
that,
you.
Click that 1748. The where you have it highlighted.
Okay, that one.
Click that, and the part will come up. Now click. There you go. Look at the bottom.
Their lowest price.
Lowest price. So that would be the way to do it to find.
Yeah, and this is how I do it all the time.
That's how you do it all the time. And then
All
when
the
you
time.
go into the store, you're not necessarily interested in getting all the parts from the same store.
No, I look. I start with things that not many people have that are higher dollar. So like I need this tree that was missing from that set. So I've been finding people that have the tree, and there's not that many of them. I look at, okay, this one's not broken. I have to weed out the ones that aren't broken, and then I start at the lowest price, and I find one. I click on his store, go to my wanted list, fill my cart up, look at it, and then I'm like, with shipping, let me try another one. So I'll go to a higher one, and until I get one that has that right mix of the shipping ain't too bad, and he's got other parts that I want. If I did it by just what the shopping cart or the wanted list did, it would be ridiculously priced.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
So the other day I was looking for 1x8 white tiles, and I needed, it's for this mock that I'm doing back here, and it's a building, and I had several key pieces that I needed large lots of, because the way I'm going to build these walls, it's going to be part intensive. Any rate, maybe I'll do videos about it. Mock building without instructions, and at any rate, I went in, and that's what I started with. This was 1x8. That's not a rare part. It's not a real expensive part. It's just I needed 100 of them, and so I started with who has 100 of them in the United States.
I sent you 100,
huh? Well, here's the thing. You must not have been the cheapest.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. So, but I would go to by the time I got to the selection of what I wanted and then the other pieces that I needed, I had 15 carts open.
Yeah.
And the same thing like you were talking about. Okay, I got this stuff and that. I worked it until I got the most parts for the least amount of money.
Yeah.
But I wasted a lot of my time. I didn't see it as wasting my time, but
it's fun to me.
Yeah.
And it's probably not practical for a lot of people, but I leave those carts, and every now and then I'll have 100 shopping carts open. Yeah. And of course what happens is eventually some of the parts in those carts will sell. And so but it's like, I was like, oh, I forgot I had this. And it's like, I'll find something else, and it kills me. I tell you, it kills me. Like this set I bought, even though I had this problem with the set, he actually had other stuff that I'm going back, and I just got this package like 2 days ago, and I was like, oh, now I'm looking for this other stuff. And I've like, if I had known when I placed the first order, that's why I keep your carts full. Yeah. Because you might forget something that you were meaning to get later. That probably made no sense to anybody. I probably should do a tutorial, and people would be like, "This is stupid."
So the problem I've had with the multiple carts is sometimes I'll like go like that. I'll have like three carts, 3 windows, and I'm okay. I got this and that one. This is cheaper than this one, and I'll end up making 2 or 3 orders anyway to try to put it all together. And I'll order the same part from all 3 of them because I forget to delete them.
Well, this is my justification for that. It's like, well, if I didn't have it, what's the problem with getting extra?
Yeah.
I may need it again later.
Right.
You just don't want to buy the same part. It's like a $10 part.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to buy a whole bunch extra.
The daily compulsion, Lego using color names and part ID numbers different from Bricklink is frustrating. I feel
Yeah.
like everyone treats Bricklink as the system of record. Fortunately, using Rebrickable, you can convert a Bricklink part list into a list of the Lego element ID numbers. I have a video showing how to do this on my channel. Thanks for the great Lego content as always. Well, thank you. We
That sounds like a
appreciate you.
useful tutorial.
It does.
Yeah.
Very useful. I've been watching what's this guy? It's another one of those Lego Brickmasters from the not the Lego store, but the what do they call the Lego place?
Discovery Centers.
Yeah, yeah.
Lego, yeah.
And people send him in like 3 or 4 parts, and he goes backwards to find out what set they come from.
Yeah.
He's really interesting, but he'll sometimes go off on a Rebrickable tangent because Bricklink's not helping him.
Right. I think I think Rebrickable is probably underutilized.
Yeah.
It's most definitely underutilized by me.
Yeah,
but I
me
think
too.
it has a pretty decent. I don't know that it's like a place that you're going to go and find, your 1972 Samsonite sets and get any valuable information. But when it comes to doing mocks and hey, I got this set and what these parts go in, and yeah, I think it definitely has.
It's like my area of expertise doesn't include the last 15 years. But if like people look at old stuff, I'm like, I know where that came from.
And your taste in mock building is quite different than a lot of other people. There's not a lot of people that mock like you do. Giant 6 times the size. 70 sets.
Groceries or Lego?
Yeah.
If
Is that why my channel's dead?
Yeah. Don't swallow a Lego magnet.
Oh no. No.
Shy time is my time. Legorado. Yeah,
yeah,
buddy.
I think you took exception with one of our pronunciation.
I'm glad he got that comment in before he nosedived off the cliff.
So one of Shy's videos when he's getting one of his packages, it always cracks me up. He puts so much effort. His videos are so good. But it's just like the 10 different camera angles of him bringing a package into the house. I'm like, oh, that's so stressful. How long did it take him to do that?
Blah. I am worried that the excessive prices paid or on whatnot is a method of money laundering. It's just nonsense where someone can dump a lot of money for minimal return. I think of that too, because I'm just like, you idiots. You're so big Lego collectors. Just go to Bricklink. Heck, go to eBay.
Yeah, go to eBay. That's bad when you tell somebody go to eBay to get it cheaper.
I know.
But, I think of all the years I wanted somebody to bring a competitor to eBay because the eBay fees got out of control.
Yeah.
And now you're looking, eBay's a lot better.
Yeah.
than this.
It's a great idea. I just don't think it's being used. I think people are. I guess it does. It serves its purpose. You get in there and you have 20 people watching, and you put something up that's worth $5, and all you're trying to do is get 2 people fighting against each other, and that's what they're doing. And they're doing it in 30 seconds instead of 7 days.
The problem with whatnot is that somebody like Ryan, they're going to kill it. Ryan's going to kill it. Because he's got a good following. His streams are watchable when he's done it. There's a lot of giveaways, but he's got support,
and he also has a good quality.
He's got a huge following, and he has support. And even when he goes and gets the stuff himself, that he's somebody that doesn't have a following, it's
Right.
going to be hard. You're going to be on there. There's going to
Yeah.
be 2 people on the stream, and
Yeah. Yeah, I would
it's
never
going to be
be.
boring.
Yeah.
That's my experience when I'm at work, and I have looked at Whatnot, and I hate talking about it because now I'm going to get the ads again. Oh, look, that guy that can't find his card in the store.
Yeah, I get that
Whatnot,
one
in 2
all the time.
seconds finds his card. I hate that ad.
That's the guy that's the ones I hate because yeah, you can go on there and you can spend $100 and you can get decent deals, or you could overpay, but you're not going to get what you went there for.
No. No.
Hey, speaking of eBay, and we're talking about a competition, Jason sent us a link to some estate sale Lego sets the other day, and those kind of, I used one of those when my dad passed away. We sold a lot of stuff through it, and it actually did pretty good for what it was. But I mean, they actually found, somehow they were finding people that knew what, or they're advertising to people that knew what Lionel, LGB, some of the marks, because it's kind of went well. But one of the unique features that I saw in that is, because did you follow any of those sets to their completion?
No, I looked at a few of them, and I looked at some of the prices, and I was like, "Whew, I guess there's a few people know about this."
Yeah, there was a couple people that were, well, one of them was a C Olsen, and then they were bidding against an S Olsen, I think. And when I saw the C Olsen, I was trying to think, okay, who did Jabbo talk into doing that? Then it was an S Olsen. So then I thought, what's happening there is family member, because it never said who the estate was. I thought, what's happened there is family members are bidding those up because they only have to pay 20% of the whatever, because they'll get it back. But any rate, whenever the bid would get to a certain point, in the last minute or well, if another bid happened, it added like 3 minutes.
That's kind of like what Whatnot does.
Yeah,
is that what it is? Okay.
Well, there's different options on Whatnot. Yeah, some of them they can go sudden death, where when the timer's out, it's out, and some of them it's like that. It's 30-second timer, but every time somebody bids, it resets the 30 seconds or
well, that's more like a live auction. If you go to a real live auction, it's
and that's why some of the pricing is crazy, because they overpay because they're caught up in winning.
Dopamine.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You'll see a $20 figure, what you think is $20 on Bricklink, it might be 18, and it'll go for $45 or $50, and you're like, what do you do?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Blah says, were we required to take a shot of our favorite beverage when the plastic stinger plays? Well, that was last week during the drinking game for the plastic. That wasn't this week. This week we've slacked off. We need some more comments to get it going.
I'm sure we're going to get a lot of comments on 1962.
Johnny G, the little robot is always lost. That must be from that.
From the
series space set.
Yeah.
Groceries are Lego. Okay, Velux, Velux. Velux is a window. Velux.
Oh, is it Velux? Is that how you say it?
Well, if it's Velux, if you drop the X,
the Cajun way.
It could be Velux.
Yeah.
It's a window company. They specialize in skylights, polycarbonate, baby.
That's it. Has a skylight in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That explains it. The build. I never knew that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh. It all just came together now.
Just hit Joey.
Need a light bulb.
I'm still trying to get the opening joke.
I'm trying to. I didn't think that was a joke. I thought it was just a statement. Chef Eddie, all of my Lego sets are more modern. As a kid, my Lego sets, they were all merged in a toy box full of assorted Lego. I don't think I ever built Lego by sets or instructions until I got older. Now, when I was a kid, Chef Eddie, I had this skate case. It was my mom bought me one year for Christmas. She bought me skates, and she bought me this case for this, which I don't think the two went together. I think she put them together, because if you put the skates in this case, you could have fit 4 pairs of skates in this case. I mean, it was like almost a briefcase, like this tall. So I would build my sets, take them apart, throw them all in there. I had all the instructions in there with it. And then some days I'd open it up and I'd build sets. And then other days I'd open it up and I'd build mocks. But I always had the instructions, and one day, sometimes I would go and I would build every set with all the instructions to see if I had all the pieces, or and see what I had lost. And I'll never forget, I had this, was it the police car? One of my sets came with a round one by translucent blue round one by, and I lost it. And I would always I can't remember what set it was. But it was the only
sets.
It was the only set that I had that had one of those. And I'd be so aggravated every time I built it, because I remember I could never find. I don't know what happened to that piece.
Yep. Been there with the pieces gradually disappearing.
Yeah.
The good thing was, back then, if you just send a letter to Susan Williams, she usually sends you the piece or two that you needed.
Back then I didn't know that.
Yeah, well,
I knew Susan Williams. I thought she was real.
well, kid.
Chef Eddie, this is the only Lego channel with a science segment. Earl, my name is pronounced Chief. Oh, Ede. Chief Ede. Please refer to Jason for reference. Okay, I'm going to go with you, but I think you're pulling my leg, Ede.
Chief Ede.
Let's see. Wait, I think there was a reply. Let's see. Ty Novell, as I once said, come for the Lego, get hit with the science. Eureka. Let's see. So Chief Ede, he also says, I never knew that methane in space was such a problem.
Could you imagine being on the space station and that air never being recirculated?
They wouldn't want me up there.
So you're
well, Jason.
The difference between being a smart feller and a fart smeller.
Ty Novell, thanks for the plastic update, Joey, for the new clear bricks. I hope those clear ABS will last in terms of clutch and transparency.
I don't know that they're ABS now after this last one.
So I wonder if they'll yellow like the old ones yellowed.
They're already yellow.
Yeah, they're just
cloudy. I don't know what they'll yellow or not.
They're cloudy, but they're not yellow.
Yeah,
I say that I think is it the 80s? Like some of the 80s stuff I have, or maybe it's late 70s. I got some stuff that still looks pretty good.
I don't know why. I mean, it has to be the grade of plastic or whatever they were putting. You go back far enough, they didn't. So, there.
We missed the stinger.
Yeah, dang it.
Oh, that's because I'm. This another plastic deal?
It is, and I'm gonna make it quick. They didn't know, right?
Yeah.
What things they didn't know when it would leach out or when it would leach out or when it, so when these things would change and stuff.
And they didn't think idiots would keep this stuff for 50 years.
Well, that too, or you would think they would have thought kids would put it in their mouth, but they didn't know. You go back before I worked where I work, when it was owned by GE, there was very strict medical we had a whole medical facility, and they tested the employees all the time because they were like, we're putting crap together that kills people on the regular, so we need to make sure we're not killing our employees.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was something. But I mean, they were doing the responsible thing of trying to make sure that, it's pretty crazy how you make polycarbonate. It's weird. Anyway.
Not as bad as Teflon.
Yeah, that's what
Teflon. Yeah, Teflon has the forever chemical in the solvent. It's the solvent that's the problem with Teflon. It's not actually Teflon. That's the same thing. Methylene chloride is the solvent that we use to make polycarbonate. Methylene chloride is an absolute carcinogen. You don't want it. You don't want to be in it anywhere. We got tons of it out there. You don't want it though. It ain't for you. But
yay, plastic.
Yeah.
Ty Novell, Lego before the minifig era was a much simpler era. I mean, less than 20 sets in 1962. I'm not sure if I even have an opinion on which set from that year is the best.
He's not wrong.
Get your opinion on which one was the worst.
All right, here's another one from Ty Novell. This another plastic deal?
It is, and I'm gonna make it quick.
Question for Joey. In the past, Lego didn't made clear minifig torso or legs because the plastic used would be stressed. Please let me know if that's correct. Now that they have changed to that almost clear ABS for transparent plastic, would it be possible for them to make a transparent minifig torso and legs, or would it still get stressed?
So the ABS should not be as stressed as the polycarbonate would have been. Although you can see in minifig, if you push your minifigures together, especially some of the older ones, you still see the stress mark. It's very common.
Especially when they crack.
Yeah, it's very common to see the crack up the sides.
Yeah.
The torso to crack. But I think the other reason that I'd heard a Lego designer say that they never made clear torsos is because the inner structure made them look weird. But I think they had actually tried. But
they do have some Ninjago figs that have like one clear. It's a colored, but it's a trans clear leg or a they might even have some with the arm, but it's everyone I've seen I think is Ninjago.
Yeah, but if you go to like the torso, it's got a big cross in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So I think and that was, again, I'm not sure how that story was told or how true it was, but it was, that they said that the internal structure of the minifig torso with the feet stuck in it kind of made a funny looking person. Plus the plastics were.
Yeah.
The thing about too, if you go to clear and you go back, then you got the polycarbonate, like we talked about before. The polycarbonate likes to stick to itself. You shove a polycarbonate minifigure leg assembly into a torso, you might need pliers to get that to come apart.
You see, this is a part of Whatnot. Back to Whatnot that I can't stand is they have custom minifigs, and they'll have like a trans clear Darth Vader and sell it for an astronomical price.
$400.
Are you guys idiots? Are you ever going to be able to resell that? Why would you pay that for? And all the guy's going to do is go 3D print another one.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not a Lego part.
No, there is it's like printing money for them.
Yeah, they do Stormtroopers, Darth Vader. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. A-holes in
space.
That's a new.
Don't forget you got a new one from this episode, last episode too, Joey.
What was the new one I got?
He said I forgot, but it's in
called
there.
You out. There's actually both of them side by side. You could probably get a clip of Jason. I forgot what it was.
Jason says that.
Oh, you're right. I don't have it in here.
So back to A-holes in
space.
I'm dreading the merge. I had my username as my email on both. Ooh,
That's a problem.
that is going to be a problem. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
So
What's going to happen?
the thing that I want to get the name BrickTsar just so nobody else can get it, because
Right.
I've heard some people just kept trying. They'd get rejected, do it again, do it again, do it again. And eventually, it got through somehow.
As what? Their nickname?
Whatever their nickname that kept getting rejected, they just kept doing it, and eventually, I obviously no human is looking at this stuff right now.
Right.
Because it's stupid. It's like you've been rejected for illegal activities. What's the illegal activity?
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you seen any other screen bounce back other than the illegal activities? Because
no, that's the only one. That's the only one I've seen.
So I think that's the default answer.
Okay.
But I still say, it's multilingual. So I still say that
it's like
every language.
It's like English, where they're just like, you did it the wrong way. like it could be I just had a capital letter in the wrong place.
Yeah,
illegal activity.
Will it look at BrickTsar with a capital T different than it looks at
yes,
BrickTsar
maybe
with
that's
a
what it
lowercase?
is.
I don't know, but it just seems strange. But there also could be somebody that's just they have a list. Like we all have ban lists in YouTube of words that we don't want to use. Like I kept figuring out, why is there a bunch of I keep getting these posts that end up in my blocked, and I'm like, why are they blocked? There's nothing wrong with it, but I had the word congratulations in my banned list.
But what annoyed you so much that you put that in there?
Well, there was a thing going on, and what it was doing is
it's one of those the spam messages.
Yeah. So I apparently at some point I put the word congratulations in there.
Yeah.
I took it back out now, but
oh, you just made me think of something. I guess YouTube has gotten better with those, because I was just like, I can't remember the last time I got the constant spam. I still see it on big channels, like the sick AI girl that's in her post is at the top of the thing. Is this my thing making that sound?
No, it's Earl's.
Oh,
he's playing with his mic.
There'll be this post, and it's like a 4-year-old girl that's got cancer, and it'll have like 4,000 upvotes. And you look at it and it's like, it's AI. It's not real. Why is it? Why is the creator not deleted this and banned this yet? Maybe it's because it's free engagement for them.
Yeah, maybe.
With all the AI robots responding to it. But I haven't been getting those kind of posts anymore. You remember what was the 6-name post?
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, I'd say that YouTube has worked on blocking that in the background somewhere. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hiccups.
RN Grow. I'm very strongly against the merging of the accounts. Don't even want to start to think of things that will get messed up. Lego needs to chill and stop pushing their BS. This S was not supposed to happen, but surprise, yeah, it will. Yep, it's
I wish
one of those things. Change a little here, a couple years, another so many months, changing something else. And
I really hate the BrickOwl interface, but at least it's out there. But I also think they harvest too much information from Bricklink to begin with, so I don't know if they will be able to function if something happens where Bricklink becomes unusable.
Syngenator. Well, boy, howdy. If that dang dog is a blue healer, build a hospital and put her in it.
Okay.
I get it. That was a better joke.
Sin Killer Tachikawa. Unless a Minecraft set ties into a specific side game or movie, they just put it in random generic skins, just like how players can have custom-made skins. Uh-oh. Hold on. Otherwise, they would be including the same 2 figures in every set. At most, whoever is in charge of designing all these royalty-free skins for Lego was just having fun that day.
And that could be. It could have that reference to help me out. What was it? It was Nick Bluetooth. Could just very well be the guy that designed it that day. Just, hey, look, this is gonna. Let's see if anybody notices. You know, maybe Lego, because I haven't seen any official. Hey, here we are. This is Nick Bluetooth and the Gorm or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But happy little Easter egg.
Chris Cummings, you need stingers from each decade. Well, I don't know. I like our stinger that he came up with for our total thing. I'm not sure what quotes from the 90s are okay with you guys. Maybe something from Blade. You mean French fried potatoes? I have Fort Legorado, but I didn't get the other sets for it, unfortunately. It was around the time the issues I had with building Lego made me give up and go back to model trains. But I did that to solve my curiosity about the hobby, because I should have built a train layout in the basement at the house I grew up in. Another project I would never have completed because I don't like wiring, and Lego trains are actually simple and satisfying. Plus, I get to use all those train magazines I collected as reference material. I graduated in 91. Hey, I graduated in 91. And I still have 80% of my childhood toys.
Oh, wow.
You know, I kept a lot of them until I moved into my with my wife. Then I don't know what happened to them.
He talks about using Lego to build his layout because what did he say? It was easier or whatever. I kind of, you know, I always envisioned my Lego city, Earl, as being able to change because it's Lego, right?
Yeah.
But I don't change my Lego city very often.
Yeah, you know, I don't have a Lego city, but I can't imagine taking over like Alex does and just wipe the slate clean.
Yeah.
You know, every 3 or 4 months, it seems like he's doing a different area. And I mean, I know why he does it. I just can't imagine. I don't think I would be, I think I would be like, if I took it all off, I'd be like, okay, I don't feel like putting it back on.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of work. It's
Yeah.
a crazy amount of work.
I think it's what he likes about the hobby.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, and that's, yeah.
And you know, and he is doing it for some of the times he's doing it is to make space. He's trying to make
You want me to do it?
well,
Space.
So he's trying to do that to, you know, change it up to make space for new stuff.
Right.
But I don't know. I just don't think I would. I think once I got it, I would be like, okay, that's it.
Well,
good.
Alex is kind of going through a scenario too, where he's had a lot of the older sets that he grew up with that, you know, were the bulk of his.
Yeah.
And now as he's gotten older and he's gotten more resources available, he has switched to the modular and that look. And it definitely is two different looks. And I think, you know, he's just slowly, progressively upgrading his layout. You know, to me, eventually, I think the same thing. Eventually, my Paradisa section looks really out of place, but it's kind of sectioned off. But, you know, what is going to happen when they start changing the modulars, right? They start doing something different. Then the modulars may not look as good compared to whatever they might do in the future. And hopefully they never change it off that 32 by 32 base plate.
Well, that's why when you collect vintage, you have a fixed palette to work from. It's like if you're trying to complete something, it's like I was thinking about when you showed your minifigure stand, like each time they add a new figure.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do when they really go off the deep end? They say, okay, we'll keep the price the same, but now we're gonna have 28 by 28 base plates.
Oh.
And
Now,
all
that
these
would
people,
be-
all these people who built these Mills plates are going to have to reconsider.
Mm. Yeah, if they quit making the 32 by 32s and go to like a 28 by 28, yeah, that would be rough for.
If they get anything that's not the same thickness, yeah.
You heard that here first. By 2030, that's the new rumor. 28 by 28 base plates. Oh no,
Hey,
2032. That was in there in that thing we looked at with the plastic.
That's right,
By
2032.
2032, 28 by 28 base plates.
And much like the Star Trek rumors, we can say whatever we want here.
Chris Cummings at 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 47 seconds. You just ruined my day, man. Was that must have been when you got that must have been I wonder if that was the time frame when you ruined Jabbo.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what? Job data. My favorite set from 62. It took me hours to decide, but I like the box art from 520 the best.
Okay, so that he brings up a good point. That's like some of those parts packs. The box art is just sometimes it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like how many people bought that little box thinking they could build that big boat that the captain's holding with his
Right, yeah.
Billy 2796. The roadside rescue would be my pick. I had the Coastal Cop Technic set and remember playing with it a lot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one that we liked a lot too. The roadside rescue.
So you hang on. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're talking about the parts pack and Lego selling those parts. But do you remember like what was the steam those little steam plants? Any rate, you go to those dealerships and they would open up a box and they would have the little individual parts in there. LGB, some of their dealerships, they would have the same thing. They would have like a dealer pack where you had the different parts and stuff. So it really wasn't uncommon to see stores and stuff selling parts like that for other model. What was it? It's one of the RC slot cars or something. I remember we go into the hobby store and they would have like a case and you could get, I need new wheels or I need a new armature for the motor.
Yeah.
And they had all that stuff kind of set out. So really Lego was kind of tying into that mindset. That's back when you repaired things too, when it was, you could
well, it goes back to the problem we just talked about when you have your set and you lost a few pieces.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd have to go buy a parts pack because there was no Bricklink.
Yeah.
Ty Novell, a question for Earl. Okay. Do the Lego make one-way trip to the storage, or has there been any sets from the stores that has made the return trip to be built? We're just going to say it's a one-way trip for now. And we're going to move on. Now, usually I build it like I built the set and I put it up and then I built another set and I was like, I'm going to take that one. So I took it apart yesterday. So now it's in a Ziploc bag with the instructions waiting to go to the storage.
Yeah.
What's the fastest you took a set apart after you built it?
Probably that one probably comes close. That's probably about 8 or 9 days.
Wow.
That probably comes close.
Wow.
Yeah, I have taken stuff apart after I filmed a video, just hoping I didn't mess up the audio.
Okay, Ty Novell has a question for Jabbo.
Who's that?
It says, Jason, can you take a 2-minute break? He's talking about
Fabuland.
Yeah. Have you seen the Fabuland silverware cutlery set, and do you have it?
I don't. That's one of my top most wanted items, and I think the silverware is plastic. I used to think that it was actual metal silverware, but in looking closer at it, I think the little forks and spoons are plastic.
That's
Really?
That's interesting.
Was that for children?
I guess. I don't know. Robin, that'd be a good question for Robin Hull. I've never held it in hand. I've never seen it for. Well, I've seen it for sale. Ridiculous prices, but yeah, that's one of those most wanted items that I'll probably never get.
Mm.
But if I ever went to the vault, I would hope they would have it.
You think they would? I mean, is it an
Be
official
able to
Lego?
look at it. I want to look at it up close.
Is it an official Lego item, or was it another brand's item that just?
It probably could be a third party thing.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one from Ty Noel. So, Jason, we were going to welcome you back. Another great episode, guys. I'm sorry Jabo got so demoralized by the news of the Lego Bricklink merger. Maybe he should wear a midriff and Speedos and drink a martini this year. That will also show Jason that yes, that minifigure does exist in real life.
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember in the 80s when everybody wore cutoff shirts?
I hated it then.
Oh, I never wore them because I was too chubby to wear them. But
cut off shirts and cut off.
It's cut off shirts and or coaches shorts. Remember the coaches white shorts? Remember those?
Oh my goodness.
Pasta Jensen, regarding the 52 pound, I guess that's 52 pounds off on the Arctic train set. Pounds is euro, Earl, not pound. Okay, I'm glad you pointed that.
It's some foreign currency.
Euro.
It was at Smith's here in Austria, and I assume also in Germany right now. It's only 45 pounds off the retail price. That is at 200 over here. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I see what he's saying. I'm saying pounds, but it's actually euros.
Yeah.
And the symbol for euro is really close to the symbol for pounds, just so you know. It is different. But I appreciate that. Now, will I remember that next week?
Nope.
Probably not. But I'm not that slow.
Uh-oh, Earl froze. He's back. You just kind of froze in an awkward moment.
You froze when you said I'm not that slow.
Okay, and Shy, this is why we're the gold standard.
Yeah.
Pasta Jensen at the 2 hour and 21 minute and 46 second mark. I agree with whatever.
Yes, we are.
I agree with whatever his name now will be. I did leave a thumbs up for that reason only. No, I did not. You guys rock. I don't even know who we're talking about at 2 hours and 21 minutes, but thank you. And we rock, and we're a top 15 podcast. How about that? Pasta Jensen. Oh, I forgot. I started watching this episode in Singapore and ended it in Austria, the land that slowly but methodically is being taken over by the Norwegians. Well, we travel well. Kona Dog B. My favorites from 62, I'll go with 810. I just went to Legoland, California for the first time with the family, and we had a great time. My only wish is that they had more exclusive sets or items, the Pirate Big Fig, etc. We'll definitely go back. From Bricklink, eventually your Lego account nickname will become your public username on Bricklink. Your Lego account nickname is edible, not edible, editable. Not sure if that's a word or not. I don't think that is a word. But your Lego username is not. But that shouldn't be the one used for Bricklink. Good luck to all. Hopefully Lego won't screw up Bricklink anymore. If they do, when are we all moving to Brick Owl? Another fun episode. Thanks for all you're doing this podcast. I look forward to it every other week. Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
And Jabo is starting to threaten them with Brick Owl. So,
do you think that they realize yet that when they make it, the nickname, the Lego nickname, that is a URL?
That's the thing I'm worried about is that, like, I have links, but it's, again, I saw somebody that got their Bricklink account, seller account, suspended because they had links to their YouTube channel.
Really?
Oh, in their Bricklink channel?
Yeah. And that's something that Lego started. Bricklink didn't care. It's when Lego bought it, then they all of a sudden didn't want you to link to other things. Yet they do that themselves. Like it's so hypocritical. Like,
well, yeah,
they can link to their social media, but you can't link to yours, even though they work together. Because I think back in the day, how many times I got orders because of YouTube.
Right.
And so it's like, it doesn't hurt them to do that. They should be worried if you're going off to other reselling sites, something like that. That would,
right.
But what was my point?
Well, we're talking about the URL. The
URL. Yeah, my URL. Like, even though I've changed my store name,
which means nothing,
that is still Jabo. It's
right.
like some equal Jabo. That's the link that takes you to BrickTsar.
Correct. Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Yeah, because that's where I wasn't paying attention. When we were talking about it, mine is W. Joey Jones. That's my store.
Yeah.
That's the link to my store. That is my Bricklink.
But the store is called BrickTrains.
But and that is literally just it's essential of just putting a sign up, right? It's not even really searchable.
Yeah.
If you go in there, it's I guess it is searchable, but it's I get it now. I see what your concern is, because you want your link to be BrickTsar.
No, I want the
you want I'm sorry. Yeah, you want, but you don't want to change your nickname on Lego to BrickTsar, because that will become your Bricklink username. You want to leave it Jabo because that's where your links all are.
Yeah.
And you said you got that.
So I got it, my nickname. I have the nickname set to Jabo now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll preserve your links then. If
and
they
I'll
do
link that account, as long as I don't get down the road, they say, "Oh, you got 2 accounts." So I changed, like, the one has the Jabo one, since all my Bricklink stuff goes to my PO box.
Right.
That's the Jabo, the Lego.com account that's Jabo with the nickname I tied it to my PO box. And I'll probably never order anything through that one. Like, I'll probably still use my other account and I wanted to name that one BrickTsar just to secure the name.
Right. Well, I don't think having 2 accounts, I totally understand it is against their terms of service, but it's the same thing like Jason got into a problem with when he couldn't get 2 gifts of purchase. It's not that he did something that is against terms of service. He did something at a time that the website was fluxing. It wasn't working right. Lots of people,
they use it as an excuse.
And they use it as an excuse to not fix his issue. And
I had 3 accounts at one time. I had 3 Lego.com accounts.
And I think
they got rid of they took it down to 1, but they messed it up.
Yeah.
And then so to fix it, they made this other one.
And that goes back to, they probably didn't care until you had a problem. And that was all around the VIP points, wasn't it?
That's how I got the 2 accounts, is because the VIP thing was so broken. Right. I don't even remember what the problem was now.
I don't. Yeah.
Back in 2020, so that's the last order I placed on that account was in 2020.
If it was me, I'd only use the one Lego account that you want to keep with the Jabo in it, and the other one I just let it sit for a while until this all blows over, and then that way you can just say, "Well, I'm not even using that account."
Yeah.
The only problem will be is if you have a bunch of points in that account, insider points.
Oh yeah, that's
the one you buy from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
thank you, Joey. I was like, I had cooled off.
Welcome to the AFoOL podcast, where we just try to get under your skin.
Yeah.
I just feel like sometimes I feel like Indiana Jones and going up against the guy with the white hat, but I just have to remember he fell off the boat eventually.
Eventually,
Singenator. My favorite Lego smell is laundry detergent. My least favorite smell is smoke, not counting the fart Legorado.
Fart Legorado.
Chris Gennart. My favorite set from 62 would probably be 710-4, the wooden storage box with contents.
There's no picture. What are the contents?
I find these wooden storage box sets interesting in general, as they tie in the company's roots and the wooden storage box to their future. The plastic bricks. Hope to get one of these someday. Well, if you get one, send Joey a picture so he can upload it.
The problem will be does he have the 710 that's in the database? Because there's so many of those boxes.
Kyle Jones, can I get Earl to say barium 3 times fast?
Nope.
It's beryllium. Inkind. I found that the 2 Galador figures from the Minecraft set are actually named Dimensional Defender and Realm Raider. So I think it is an intentional homage to Galador.
Yeah.
But I do wonder why they didn't just name them Nick, Bluetooth, and Gorm. They are not in the default game, though. You could, of course, draw something similar and import into the game, but nothing official.
Well, we've had other Galador references, so I guess they could do it.
Yeah.
Hasn't there been a Galador? There was the Galador sticker, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
Surely Lego owns those rights.
Yeah, that's right. It's their own intellectual.
Quit calling me Shirley.
We watched that movie. We just watched it the other day. Oh my goodness.
Ken, I'm going to say my favorite from 62 is 810-4. It's practically the only real set in there. It is a good one though, so I can't complain. He also says, I'm not sure it's the first GWP, but I watched R.R. Slugger's recent video of the 3439 Spy Runner from the year 2000, which was offered as a GWP, but was also available for purchase elsewhere. It was a free gift for orders over 75 at Shop at Home.
I can look back at the old catalogs. Yeah, there were things like that. Mail-in orders.
I mean, you want to go back. If we want to go all the way back, there was not only the craft, but the what was the laundry soap. And it's basically just send in for the shipping. Send $2 in this coupon, and we'll send you something. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the first was. Again, it's like we said. It's kind of how do you define gift with purchase?
So I have a set from the 90s where you had to cut the box coupon, and I did. I mailed it in to get the free item.
Yeah.
So my box is all cut up.
Right. Yeah.
I did that for a couple of G.I. Joe figures.
And so when I was collecting comic books, there was one of the Valiant Comics had a thing where you send a coupon from the first 8 issues of one series, and then you get this issue 0.
Oh.
So that, yeah. So you have to buy extra, so you have one that still has the coupon in it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember
devalue all the others just to get the one.
Yeah.
I remember when Valiant came out, and we were trying to buy all the first issues and the first few runs.
That first year, man, I'm telling you. Well, Jim Shooter, did he just die? He's the one that started that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good for a year, and then it sucked because he left.
It sucks again.
Yeah.
Okay, Alex Nunes, we know him.
I don't like Lego.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Hey Earl, how much
He's
you want to?
famous.
He is.
He might. What if he commented on one of our channels?
That would be awesome. Hey Earl, how much you want to bet I could throw a football over them mountains? Sorry, you mentioned 1982 and I couldn't resist. Well, I can't wait till next week. He also says, you guys just had to show that red train station again. Set number 2150. I guess it is rare and valuable. One of many white whales. You know, he could piece that one together probably. If he really.
It'd be hard to piece.
Really?
Got the pieces.
It's that hard. It has parts in it that are that.
It's got stickers.
Oh, stickers. Okay. Well, he could go to the sticker shop. The brick sticker shop.
Yep.
A-holes in space. I forgot to mention that I've changed my new username, formerly known as Sonia Holcomb.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sonia. We have learned that, but you will forever be known from now on as A-holes
Space.
Chris Gennart, regarding the account Bricklink Lego account integration. I didn't realize that I even had a username previously generated by Lego. I tried to change it, but apparently having bricks in the username makes it an illegal activity. I removed it and it was accepted. However, I didn't really want that username, and now I have to wait 30 days to change it. The wait period is probably mentioned somewhere, so I guess it's on me, as I did not read the fine print. I don't read any print, much less the fine print, so I would have never known. Yeah, that's so what I'm still confused about this username, that the one that you, so mine is some kind of moldy garlic.
That might become your new Bricklink.
So
you need to get in there and change it to something.
Yeah.
So I need to change that one, because when I log in to Lego,
yeah, you
my
don't
login is the same as my Bricklink.
Right. That's the part that I don't understand. Why are they using the nickname to drive the Bricklink username?
So I'm going to have to go in and change my
nickname.
Lego.
So I have a nickname that is exactly like my Bricklink username right now.
And I do too, and I hope that then it goes smooth.
Yeah.
And it just goes and it's done, and we don't have to worry about it.
The one I changed to Jabbo, it was previously Mr. Secret Bean. The one that I tried to change to BrickTsar was the Spicy Viscount Ghoultard or whatever it was.
Yeah,
I'm just surprised that they're really cracking down on the word brick. I mean, I guess
at this point, anything that Lego, if I try to make sense of anything Lego does,
well, that's because everything's done by committee. So
yeah.
On bricks, lots of good sets from 62, like set 229, 2x8 plates. I will say my favorite set is 810, the Town Plan UK cardboard box. Yep, that's pretty good. Brick Vice, Pop Rocks and Jolt Cola, baby.
Woo!
It's like a RC Cola and a moon pie. Okay, Simon Linehan. I use PDF instructions from the Lego website or brick set to build the models so I can keep my printed instructions nice. That's if you get them out of the box.
Yeah.
I find it also takes up less space using my laptop on the table than some of the big manuals. I would be sad if they stopped providing them though. Yeah, you're probably in the Joey's deal where you'll be if you had to pay extra for them. Would you pay the $1 or $2 upcharge to get the printed instructions
Right.
versus saving $1 or $2 to because you're already using your laptop. So Mayo says I've never studied Lego from '62, but I'll say my favorite set is 810 Town Plan.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer. My comments always get read at the end somehow. I'm really confused. Does Earl read these comments oldest to newest now because of people saying first and whoopity doo? He used to read them newest to oldest. That is correct, Mayo. Unfortunately, I had so many people point out that I was all over the board that now I go oldest to newest. But you're still, regardless of where we read it, you're still number one in our hearts, Mayo. And our newest comment just came in 3 hours ago, just in time to make the cut. Blockhead UK. I've just caught up with the last 2 episodes, which were released when I was on holiday in Denmark and Sweden. Both good listens. There's not a lot of choice for 62, so I'll have to go with the iconic town plan. As far as I know, Bricklink won't tell you an element ID, even though it knows what to do with them if you search.
Yeah.
Rebrickable gives a handy list of the colors each element comes in if you search with the design ID, e.g. 3001. I use that as my reference, but do make sure you are logged in or the page is overwhelmed with ads.
Yeah.
Just like Brick said.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in Brick Fanatics.
Yeah.
Those sites are horrible with ads.
So
So we were watching Airplane, and they were somebody from the Mayo. Was it Airplane we were watching? They had the Mayo Clinic, and in the background, the guy sitting there, and there's mayonnaise.
Yeah. It was Airplane. Yeah. Hold the Mayo. He was talking about on the phone, wasn't he? Hold the phone, hold the Mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the puns. Oh well, you know what? That was 2 hours and 31 minutes and 57 seconds that you won't get back. But the next 5 seconds you will. Are we ending this thing?
We're ending this thing.
All right.
So I think it's over.
It's over. It's not over until the Germans bomb Pearl Harbor. Wait, or was it over when?
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
No, that's it.
If you know where that's from, leave us a comment because you've got.
Oh man, I lost some brain cells after the opening of this one. So if you liked it, be sure to like the video. If you want to see what one-liner Joey has next, don't subscribe. Just come back in 2 weeks, and we'll tell you if you're young enough to understand.